Hey, what's up guys? Just wanted to show you guys my finished Darth Vader helmet. I've already done a couple videos on this helmet of like where I got it and what it's made of and stuff, but just a quick rundown for people who haven't seen it. I got this helmet on Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. Somebody had converted this helmet to Empire and I restored it back to A New Hope by closing up this chin vent. They had cut it wider and they had given this a Empire color scheme. When I got it, the paint was chipping away, but you could tell that it was a nice glossy paint job. The dome and the face were all glossy. It had black lenses. It did not have any tusks. So what I did was I stripped everything out of the helmet. I filled this section in with resin to get that smaller, accurate chin shape. One inaccuracy about my helmet is the thickness here. I was unable to get it super thin just because this had already been trimmed away. So to fill this in, I needed a bit of a ridge here. It needs to have some structure. So that's one inaccuracy that my helmet does have, is this is too thick. But I was unable to achieve this without having this thick enough that it wouldn't just fall through. So that's one thing that is an inaccuracy about this helmet, is this thickness of the cut. But there's nothing I can do about it because the helmet was already tampered with. It's the best I could do. I gave it a brand new paint job, the A New Hope paint job. I hit this with a matte black after I gave it a quick sanding and got off the original paint. And then I hand brushed the gunmetal with a gunmetal gray that I found that I thought closely matched what people were using. The dome has the widow's peak like it does in A New Hope. The dome isn't sitting right yet. I still got to tamper with it a little bit to get it perfectly set. I also replaced the lenses. This actually was a car window tinted visor to protect your eyes from the sun, but it was made of acrylic, so I cut out 2 templated eyes and then pressed them in with a heat gun and a tennis ball to get that perfect bubble shape that Vader's lenses always have. And then I reinstalled the mesh. It did come with mesh, but it was loosely put in, so I reinstalled that. And then I backed it up with some black spandex material, just so you can't see through the mask. And then I reinstalled the locking mechanism that was in here. There wasn't one when I got it. There was a key at the top of the dome, but there was nothing on the corresponding mask. So I'm not sure how the gentleman before me was anchoring his helmet in, or if he ever got to that. But all that was on here before was one piece of Velcro. So I have a nut and bolt that goes through the mask now, and they lock in together. And then I also reinstalled that Velcro so that the dome sits at the correct height. And then the last piece was the tusks. I ordered these tusks from Felix Props, and he sends you a pack of 3. So I do have an extra one. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. There we go. I do have an extra one. These apparently were not one of the found parts. These have to be machined. Excuse my nails. I'm a guitar player, so I let my nails grow a little bit longer so that I can do some guitar stuff. But apparently these have to be machined, so I think I spent about $40 Canadian, but he sends you an extra one, which is nice in case you mess one up or one breaks. So I have an extra one. I have the one shiny one here, and then I'm probably going to do a little bit more work on this one, but you can see that I hit it with a little bit of brown shoe polish to try and weather it a bit, but it's not as much weathering as I would like. I'm probably going to go in here with some black washes just to weather it a little bit more, because if you look at the screen used helmet, this tusk here is a lot more dull than that one. So I'm just going to weather this one up a little bit more. They have been super glued in. I was worried that this little piece that locks in, get that to focus again. Anyway, if it doesn't focus, I apologize. But this little piece here, I was scared that it wouldn't go into my helmet, but it did. It was just a little bit loose, so I just put a little dab of super glue in there so that they stay. But I just want to show you guys the completed helmet. The only thing I was missing was the tusks, and it took a while for them to get here, but now they're here, and A New Hope Darth Vader helmet is complete. This helmet I'm not planning on wearing. I just did it as a display. I am planning on possibly ordering a kit or something for my suit that I want to make one day. But this helmet was something that was really cool to find on Marketplace, and it took me about a week to get it to this point from what it used to look like, and it was a fun project, and it looks really nice on the shelf, and it looks really authentic when you compare it to some of the other ones. I'm not a Vader expert, but looking at it, it screams Vader to me. There's probably some inaccuracies about it because I do believe that it's a fan sculpt. I could be wrong, but it looks really authentic to me, and I really like it. So there it is, A New Hope Darth Vader helmet that is finally finished.